Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Magnus in the Morn. I'm Magnus in the Morn. Uh, but today, I'm just gotta start it off entertaining by doing the fun stuff we like to do. Make them circles. Nah, I mean, a lot of these little designs, they come from the heart, but oftentimes they have some sort of story involved. You know, it's just figuring it out on the way. Um, there's certainly a lot that one can do with these circles that many have discounted. I don't know. It's certainly a relaxing practice of just throwing some lines together and seeing what you get. So I mean, in this instance, we're doing sort of that classic flower life. The 6 interlocking circles inside of one circle. It's a little rough because I have very poor form. You saw we didn't go from the peak like we should have. Let's see here, look. Now I messed up and have one that's all out of whack. Don't crash me. It's my first one. So either that one's gonna line up with that. So maybe I should go off of this one. I'll take this one here. Theoretically. Oh. See, looky there. That one's together all right. Huh. Wow. All right. So we got that one covered. But then what's the next step? I guess we just gotta go a little bit further then, huh? Take these. We'll draw little dividing lines. Just for fun. Feeling like Bob Ross of circles. No mistakes. Ooh, look what we found there. Little triangle boys. Oh, that was a little off. That's better. So now that we got that in mind, we could totally say that touches it, that touches it. Well, maybe we should even take it to the middle and move it down so that we fit inside this square, huh? Yeah. Look at that. That's interesting. Alright. So now that we got that one on, where else should we put it? Let's put it on over here. Now it's gonna follow right underneath that other line that we made. Perpendicular curves. or I guess whatever that term is, like concentric circles. Is that what it is? Now, I did a pretty weird one because in typical instance, I would go from the middle onto the side here. Whoa, would you look at that? I guess it's the same exact thing, going from the middle to this point here as going from the middle to this point here. The more you know. Oh, good morning. So now we've got our two little concentric circles going. That collude with this circle. How are you, Mandolin? My daughter, Mandolin, just came out to talk with us a little bit. How'd you sleep today? Yeah? Well, that's good to hear. Do you have any big dreams? Yeah? What'd you dream about? No? Oh. Oh. Sorry. You gotta say no. Good jobby. High five. Yeah. You asking about dogs or? Oh, there is a dog right there. I have our YouTube pulled up. And she sees a dog on there. Alright, so I guess I should probably come back around to what I'm doing here. Which I think is going to be solidifying this here. This here. Yeah, and then we'll just... That'll look kind of cool, but then we're going to end up getting rid of the flower of life portions here. Yeah. This is a very relaxing practice I've found. Both myself and the morgue, as it were. We'll do little practices with these things just because it's like I said, relaxing to the mind. It's light work, if you will. You know, not hyper intensive thinking, but a little bit of like, yes. Yeah? Where do you think Daddy should put the circles next? Or do you think Daddy should put a line? Circle? Where at, you think? You think Daddy should use... Yeah, we'll do these points. Oh, that amateur hour. It just dawned on me. I should have been checking my viewfinder for if we could see. Alright, so there's a good little place I could put some of these. Well, you know, it's easy to get rid of them. Where else does that go? I have abundance of places. We can put one out here on the outside of our triangle as well. I keep bumping this. And part of that is because it's attached to my light, and it is all crooked now. Well, yeah? What do you hear? Are you listening to Dad talk? Yeah. Dad is talking to people. Someday. Maybe people will watch it and they will hear, and they will... Ooh, sorry, this one. And they will watch Dad make circles. You see? And then when they watch it, they will learn how to make the circles too. And they will learn about us. And they will... I don't know. Yeah, that dog. Did you like? I mean, we're not gonna watch that video with a dog because it's a short, and we're making our own. It's not one that we're in, like that guy is, but is one that our voices will be in. They will hear us talking. What do you think about that? So, you know, in the interest of not going on forever here, let's solidify some lines. So, one of the toughest parts about this practice is what we decide to pen down. Yes. Thank you. We are going to pen down for certain. Pen down for certain our triangles. We got to pen down this curve here, this curve here, so we'll Can you go look at baby Sissy and see if she's doing good? Alright. You got this. Go check. Alright. She doing good? Yeah? Good deal. Alrighty, alright. Sorry. This is that mentally intense penning in, you know what I mean? No, this is just roughing in hard lines. Just here in a second. Should we keep this one? No, we're gonna keep this one. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna keep this guy. Not the one just outside of it. Knock this, knock that, knock this, knock that. And I'm not gonna lie to you. This guy's looking not unfinished, but like he could use a little bit more love. Whoa, alright, so let's give it. Oh no! He does not have his pen. Well, allow us. Alright, this is kind of tough. This one's a hard ink pen. We're going for it. We're gonna go for it. Alright, you ready, Sissy? Yeah. Whew. Try not to bump Daddy. Now, usually, I just use a little ballpoint. They're easily accessible. They're not the cleanest of lines, but it's a case of, if you don't mind, a little bit of bold. You know, and sometimes those ballpoints are a little persistent, so you have, or you know, hard to get that ink out at first. So you gotta be a wee bit persistent about getting them all the way out. But sometimes that's not a bad thing. Sometimes that little extra effort saves you from making a mistake. You know, you kind of have to go over things a couple of times, and that very first swipe might not be right across like you need it to. Oh boy, howdy. This one's gonna look a little rough, but hey, it's my first on camera. You can't expect perfection. You can't expect perfection. Oh, I knocked you. I'm so sorry. We're getting relined up. I've probably been real bad on the light too. Man, I'm probably gonna have to speed this thing up. There we go. Bring this line in. Bring this. Cool stuff. Whew. Will say it's one thing that I find hard-ish to do when it comes to making videos of myself is, you know, I'm not used to thinking about an individual next to me or watching over my shoulder and setting myself up to be watched by said individuals. You know what I mean? Is almost a little bit scarier or more difficult because you don't have an actual constant reminder that there's somebody there. You know? It's a good exercise. If you can translate it into real life. You know, a lot of people lose a little bit of the sensor when you put yourself on video because you don't have people's immediate reaction of like, oh, whoa, you know. But at the same time, it helps you build a sort of self-consciousness, I suppose, because people certainly are vocal about their opinions, and that sometimes can sway individual action. You know, someone rolls in and says, well, yeah, your content's rough. Suddenly that individual is incredibly like, oh my god, well, I can't make that again because somebody didn't like it. I think that's what part of the world issue is anymore. We're not willing to talk to each other to find out what we actually, I don't want to say actually think, but you know what I mean? We don't stop to find out that most people are far more than, well, what they seem to be. You'd think that that was a lesson learned back in preschool, but I don't know. We're all still kind of having trouble with it. And I feel like it's because our nowadays teachers, if you will, have sort of set us up to, you know, bicker and fight a little bit. So, I mean, right now we've got ourselves a pretty crude one. I don't know. We could add more, but at current instance, I've spent 20 minutes making just this for us, and so as I get a little bit better or trim these things down, I'll have a little bit better eye for putting something together. But the morgue, my wife will likely end up coloring this one or one of the others in a future video. We might even pair them together. I'll cut this one down and then, you know. But may your morns be sweet and your sleeps be sweeter. I don't fucking know. We're getting there.